In a crowded city full of tall buildings and loud streets, there lived a 23-year-old young man named Ethan. He had one deep dream. He wanted to build something of his own. He wanted to hear his father say, "I am proud of you." But every night, he lay awake staring at the ceiling. Because every time he opened his phone, someone else was winning. A new promotion, a new office, a new car with a red ribbon on top. He would scroll slowly, very slowly. His chest would tighten. His smile would fade. Why did life move so fast for others? Why did he feel stuck? Why did his heart feel so heavy? The city outside his window never slept. Cars honked. Sirens echoed. Lights blinked all night. But the real noise was inside him. Ethan worked in a small office downtown. He was talented, quiet, hardworking. He dreamed of opening his own small design studio. He imagined his name on a glass door. He imagined his parents visiting proudly. But instead of building, he kept comparing. During lunch, he scrolled through social media. At night, he compared bank balances in his head. He compared clothes, houses, vacations. Each comparison felt like a sharp needle. He stopped celebrating his own small progress. He stopped smiling freely. He began doubting himself. One evening, his company held an award ceremony. Bright lights filled the hall. Music played loudly. An old college friend walked onto the stage. He received the biggest award. People stood up and clapped. Very loud clapping. Ethan clapped too. But his hands felt weak. His eyes became moist. He quickly looked down. After the event, someone laughed and said, "So Ethan, when is your big moment?" The words were simple, but they hurt deeply. He forced a smile. He left without saying goodbye. That night, he walked home alone. Rain began to fall lightly. The city lights blurred through the water in his eyes. He did not know if he was crying because of the rain or because of the pain. Near his building sat an old security guard. The man had gentle eyes and gray hair. He always greeted Ethan warmly. That night, he noticed Ethan's face. "You look tired inside," he said softly. Those words broke something. Ethan sat beside him on the cold bench. For the first time, he spoke honestly. "I feel jealous," he whispered. "I hate feeling this way." The old man listened without judgment. He nodded slowly. Then he said, "Come tomorrow morning before the city wakes." The next morning was quiet. The sky was pale blue. The air felt cool against Ethan's skin. The old man handed him a small paper cup filled with water. "Walk to the end of the block," he said gently, "and return without spilling." Ethan looked confused but obeyed. The sidewalks were uneven. A bus roared past him. A biker brushed his shoulder. Someone shouted loudly on the phone. His hands trembled. Water spilled over the edge. He felt frustrated. "See, I can't even do this," he said sadly. The old man did not laugh. He simply said, "Come again tomorrow." Day after day, Ethan returned. Even when he felt tired, even when he felt foolish. Each morning, the city grew louder. Engines started. Vendors shouted. People rushed by without looking. But Ethan began walking slower. Very slow. He focused only on the surface of the water. He adjusted his grip. He breathed deeply. When someone bumped him, he did not panic. He paused. Then continued. Slowly his hands stopped shaking. Slowly his heartbeat softened. One morning he reached the end of the block. The water remained still. Not a single drop had fallen. He felt a small wave of pride, a quiet pride. The old man looked at him kindly. "When you watched the noise, you spilled," he said softly. "When you watched your cup, you protected it." Ethan listened carefully. "Your heart is like this cup," the old man continued. "Jealousy shakes it. Comparison makes you look away. If you focus on others, you lose your peace. If you focus on your path, you keep it full." Ethan's eyes filled with tears again. but this time they felt warm, not painful. Slowly, he began to understand. He was not behind, he was distracted. He had been pouring his energy into watching others. That evening, he deleted a few apps. He wrote 3 things he was grateful for: his parents' health, his steady job, his hidden talent. He began working 1 hour every night on his dream. No comparison, just focus. Some days were still hard. Jealousy still whispered sometimes. But now he noticed it quickly, and he returned to his cup. 3 months later, he launched his small online design service. It was simple. It was quiet, but it was his. When others celebrated success, he clapped honestly. His heart no longer burned. It felt steady, calm, grateful. The city was still loud, but inside him, there was peace. Jealousy fades when gratitude grows. Protect your heart by focusing on your own steps. Walk slowly, walk faithfully. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe for more stories that can change your life.